Hi, folks. Hopefully you can re-find it. Looks like it's finally decided to behave here. So, though now my tablet's being naughty. So it's like, okay, it's not one thing, it seems to be another. There we go. Hey, Anita. Looks like you at least found me again. Sorry about that. For some reason, my phone just did not want to orient, and it was just kept telling me you have to flip your phone to orient, but it wouldn't flip. So it was just being problem after problem. So unfortunately, so hey Donna, so finally I had to turn it off and restart it to get it to flip properly. So it was really giving me some problems. Luckily, it seems to be working all right now. Of course, now everybody has to re-find me because I was gone. Hey, Tina. Hi, Heather. Yeah, it was my phone didn't want to orient to the proper way. And because it wasn't orienting, it wouldn't come on to the live. So that was a big problem. Anyway, I figured we'd chat for a while and then we'll get looking at my bargain bead box. In the meantime, I got onto USB Warehouse's website after we left because I checked and they did have a website. So I ordered me 4 more strands of the Botswana agate. Now, if anybody wants to get some of these, the last time I checked, she still had some. $10 a strand for these wonderful, hi Gloria, big, huge Botswana agate nuggets. And I got 4 strands, but she still had some. Like I said, you couldn't find them. The agates or the website. Heather, the agates themselves or the hot. I will tell you that she has it spelled incorrectly, so maybe that's why you couldn't find them. So, so she's got Botswana spelled wrong. She's got it spelled BOSTWANA, and they're called Botswana agate chunky. So, unless somebody else bought them all up, there should still be some. When I bought these 4 more strands, hi Beth, they had they still had like 10 strands left. So unless somebody else bought them up, there should still be some there. Oh, this one's broken. That's all right. We'll find a way to use it. So anyway, hopefully that you can find them. Hey, Marianne. So I figured since this came Friday when I was gone, oh, I see what people mean. It does feel sort of small, doesn't it? I figured we would open this up, see what we got. And I came home and my desk, my mat was all crooked. My little brass ball was on the floor. And there was cat vomit in my chair. So, but it was fine, thankfully, when it fell to the floor. But how do I spell what? How is it spelled? How she's got Botswana spelled? BOSTWANA. Here. So, and let's see if I can find the website on here. I guess she doesn't have the website itself on here. However, there's their phone number. But it's just www.US Bead Warehouse, all one word, of course, .com. And so I found it, so I'm sure you guys can. www.usbeadwarehouse.com. It's not on this particular, well, here, where the phone number is. See how it says US Bead Warehouse? Just combine them all together to make the website. There's the phone number too, if you want to call them. So anyway, yeah, when I haven't checked, I didn't check after I ordered mine to see how many were left. But when I did check when I bought mine, they had like about 12 strands left. I considered getting more, but then I decided this was plenty. Yeah, they've got it spelled BOST, B-O-S-T, instead of bots. They've got the S and T superimposed. So anyway, we got home late last night. Well, not real late. It was about 7:30, I guess. But from the festival, the Beltane Festival. This is the first time I've ever done it. I hadn't done it in the past because, well, it's spring and I'm never sure about the weather, because, our weather tends to be a little bit erratic at this time of year. You're never sure what you're going to get. My grandson said they had massive thunderstorms while we were gone, so that was interesting. But we didn't have any down there, thankfully. But it's quite a distance, so I think it took us 10 hours to get there. So it's a long drive. But it went pretty good, not as good as I was hoping, but it was our first time there for this particular show. We have gone down for the Idaho Renaissance Fair in the past, and it's put on by the same people. But I was pleased. Hi, Sid. With how it went. Like I said, I didn't quite make as much as I was hoping, but I made a lot better than I could have, So surprisingly enough, the first day was pretty slow. Usually, the Saturday is the busy day, and I did make more on Saturday. There's too many colors for you this time on the Bargain Bead Box, Gloria? Well, I haven't opened mine yet. I slid it just now, but I haven't taken anything out. Guess I could. It says Mayflowers 2, huh? Okay. Well, everybody was hoping that we'd have flowers, so I think that's good that we got flowers. But we'll just see how we like them. Ah, good. So you managed to get in, Beth, and you got a strand for both you and Heather. Oh, that's good. Anyway, so it's a pink bag, which tells me there's pink stuff in here. I haven't really pulled it out of the paper. Here's the paper. So definitely a pink bag, and looks like there's at least some pink beads in there. I can see them through the bag, so we'll see what we have in just a minute. But so I'm glad you managed to find it, Beth, and you found the agate. So you've got each got a strand, apparently, and that's good. So let's turn down and we will take a look at our Bargain Bead Box here. But yeah, I was pleased with how it went. Like I said, it wasn't as good as I was hoping, but it certainly was a lot better than it could have been. So I was pleased with how it went, as was my husband. So that's good. Anyway, but the weather, it was hot. Oh my gosh. That went fast. Hey, Cynthia. went from 10 to 8 and then 0 while you were trying to check out. Now, I know Beth just said that she managed to get a couple of strands. Now, I don't know if she just got 2 or if she got more than 2, but obviously somebody else got some as well. I don't know if it was from our group or just somebody, getting some. I'm hoping it was from our group. It's best if our group got them. It won't let you check out, Gloria. So then maybe, yeah. Sounds like they're all gone. I'm sorry. I was hoping that everybody would be able to get at least one, but sorry. Anyway, let's turn down and look at our bargain bead box. But it does sound like Beth managed to get a couple of strands before they were gone. If people really want one and they didn't manage to get one, if you'll pay the postage and stuff, well, you would have had to have paid it if you ordered from the warehouse too. I could probably sell a couple of strands of mine. I wouldn't want to sell too many of them because Botswana agate's my favorite. What were they, Tina? Oop, come here, baby. Strands of Botswana agate. These are chunky nuggets, and they were $10 for the strands. So I'm sorry that everybody didn't manage to get at least one. But I could probably sell 2 of my strands if some folks didn't get any and they really want some. Of course, you'd have to pay the, like I say, the postage and stuff, but I could probably sell 2 of mine. But anyway, let's turn down and we'll take a look at our bargain bead box here. And Beth says, Heather, you lucked out. How did Heather luck out? Because you bought her a strand, Beth? I heard you say you bought you and her both a strand. But yeah, I wasn't sure if you'd already ordered some, Heather, because I recall telling you about it, the place earlier, but that was about the time your son got hit by the truck, so I wasn't sure if you'd managed to get him before you had things going on. So anyway, I'm going to turn down. We're going to look at our box. That's what I was thinking, Heather, that you were at the hospital and you didn't manage to do it. That's too bad. But I do have I know that Beth said that she got a strand for you and a strand for her, Heather. Up above in the comments, she said that she did. So that's really good. And like I said, I probably have 2 strands here that I could sell. I haven't taken them off the strand and put them in the boxes yet, so I have 2 strands that I would consider selling if folks want them. So anyway, let's turn down and look at our bargain bead box. So here we go, guys. So if I don't hear anything, Heather, then we'll get those. We'll get going with those for you. So we have, here's our package. It's lovely pink packaging. And hey, Bonnie. According to our description, Mayflowers 2 Bring on the springtime blooms with this colorful collection. Purples and pinks combined with touches of greenery and sunshine, plus lots of lovely floral motifs. Gemstones include a lepidolite pendant, lavender amethyst rounds, faceted rose quartz, and more, while accents of crystal, glass flowers, and real gold-plated findings complete the collection. Now, also on this side of the paperwork is the coupon for the sister site. If you are a subscriber, you can get 30% off as much as you want during the month, which is always lovely. A Gloria wanted one. Okay, just guys, private message me, and I'll see whoever gets hold of me first. I'll get those 2 strands, and I'll bill you for those. Because I have fees, it will probably be more than the $10 and then the shipping costs. So, shipping is probably around $5 or $6, and then the fees. The fees are be about $2 maybe. So they'd be about $17 for the strand. So if you still want one at $17 for this big strand of Botswana agate nuggets, and they are good sized nuggets, as you can see. If you're willing to pay that, then private message me and I'll get the 2 strands out for folks. So they're gone on the website. I'm sorry. Yeah, I guess I shouldn't announce it, huh? Anyway, they also have a contest. You can enter pictures of the things you make, and you possibly could win a $50 gift certificate. And if you have any problems, they have a email support@bargainbeadbox.com, and they are really super about getting anything fixed. If you have any problem, you can definitely contact them and they will get it fixed right away. So here's our list. And I think I'm just going to dump the things out and then just grab whatever, because they usually have the number on them. And then we'll just list them as they come up. So let's see. This is number 14. One pair of 15 by 8 millimeter, 18 karat gold plated brass and cubic zirconia beads, lead free, cadmium free, retail price $2.99. Let's see what we got here. This is number 14. Ah, they're the butterfly wings. These you can put on either side of something like a bracelet or a necklace, and then put a bead between. That's sort of hard to show. They're pretty cool. You put a bead between to make a butterfly. See? I don't know if you can see, but I think that's those are pretty cool. And this is brass and cubic zirconia. So yeah, there's little crystals in the wings. So those are pretty cool. That's number 14. This is number 17, a 13 by 11 millimeter, 16 millimeter bar, 14 karat gold bladed brass, toggle class, lead free, cadmium free, regular price $2.49. This is one of those really tiny little guys, but hey, they're cute. It's got a really pretty little motif on the side. I'm not sure what I will use this for. It's a necklace, maybe a little necklace with maybe a front or side clasp, because it is tiny. But I used to use toggle clasps on bracelets, but they seem to come undone easier on a bracelet than than on a necklace. Number 5 is a 8mm Malaysia Jade dyed quartz round beads in magenta, 7-inch strand. Suggested retail price $5.99. Those are dyed a really pretty color. I like this pink. Yeah, they charge $5 for shipping. That's what they charged me to. So, anyway. Ooh, fun. That sounds cool, Heather. Blue Botswana 2 baskets. Cool. So then, let's see. This is number 1. This is our lepidolite pendant. 42mm purple lepidolite and brass teardrop pendant. Suggested retail price is $6.99. Pretty thing. I like lepidolite. It's a pretty purple. That was number 1. Here's number 3. Looks like 15-inch strand of 6mm lavender amethyst rounds. Suggested retail price is $6.99. I like lavender amethyst, though this has a lot of whites and grays in it. I would prefer more of all the lavender colors because they're really pretty. Lavender is really pretty. I actually should line these up so I'm making sure that I have all of the things they say I'm supposed to have. There's 1 and 3 and 5. Every other one here. And then 14 and 17. Okay. I'll just put them over here beside me here so that I can sort of put them in order as they go through. So as I go through, make sure I have everything I'm supposed to have here. Ooh, we have flowered beads. They have a pretty good sized hole. These are number 10, 6 pieces of 10mm porcelain floral round beads. Suggested retail price $2.49. So pretty little floral. They do have a pretty good size hole. Not sure if they're big enough for leather or not, though. Let's see. Oops, I'm losing one of my... I'm losing things on the floor is what I'm losing. I have to pick things up here in a minute. They're not big enough for this strand, but they might be big enough for this one because it's a teeny bit smaller. Let's see. There we go. It will fit on this leather. So we'll see if maybe we'll make some leather earrings with these. That would be pretty. So that's number 10. Put our leather back away here. I see number 6 is something pretty here. Some kind of purple. Oh, it's agate. Let's pull it out here. Number 6 is 8 by 4.5mm agate dyed rondelle beads in lilac. Come here, you. These are pretty. I like this. They unfortunately do not have a big hole, so they won't work with on the leather with the other little pretties, but those are pretty. I love rondelles. I think they look really cool. So, in you go, baby. So that was number 6. Looks like we have some little flowers for number 11. 20 pieces of 8 by 6mm glass trumpet flower in magenta ombre for $2.99. Now we got some of these in the bead pack from Softlex. I used them in those earrings I made the other day while I was down in Boise. So I do have those. So those are really pretty. Those are number 11. But like I said, I do have others of those that we got in our Softlex kit. Oh, you did get it to go through, Gloria. That's excellent. That's good. That's good. So you did manage to get some. That's good. Let's see, what do we got next here? Let's grab this one. Number 4. 4mm faceted rose quartz round beads. Suggested retail price $7.99. So there's those. Aren't those pretty? So that was number 4. This is a bonus. 2 pieces of 6 by 4mm 18 karat gold brass tube bale beads. I have some of these. I think they're really cute. They're tiny. So if you don't want something making a big statement as far as a bell is concerned, but you need a bell, these are really great. So there's those. Unfortunately, I don't have a box. I did like having these in the box that I got the last time, but I only had gotten 2 boxes, so to see if I was going to like them, and I do, so I'm going to have to get some more of those. Number 18 is 1 meter of 4 by 3mm 18 karat gold plated stainless steel curb jewelry chain, retail price of $4.99. Now, this is a meter, which is much nicer than just a foot because it's actually over 3 feet for a meter of chain. And this is a nice curb chain. It's not, I would have liked, actually, if I was going to use this for extender chain, though, I would have needed slightly bigger holes because I think my lobster claws won't quite fit in this size hole. But this is a really pretty chain. But though it looks delicate enough that a lot of times if I use it, I'll double it up. If I'm using it at the back of a necklace or something, I'll double it up so it gives a more substantial kind of look to it, to the pieces. So that's number 18. Number 13 is 2 pieces of 14 by 15mm cherry blossoms with enamel and rhinestone charms, $1.99 retail price. Those are pretty. Where's the hole? Oh, I see. It's got a connector here between these 2 petals. Right here. So those are cute. And back in you go. These are number 13. Number 16 is 10 pieces of 9mm 18 karat gold plated flower spacer beads. Suggested price $3.99. Looks like their hole goes from this petal here, probably, yeah, to between those 2 petals. So those are pretty little guys. I do. I I generally just use large lobster claws. Let's see if I can find them really quickly. Because, well, you know, I have older fingers, and my older fingers don't like little ones. So I generally use, for most of my stuff, I use the 15 or 16 millimeter lobster claw. As you can see, I have them in all colors. But I also have some decorative ones also. Let's see if I got those real close by here too. Yeah, that are larger. Let's see. I don't know if you can see them in the box here. Let me see if I can get them out here without knocking things everywhere. These are about the same size, but they're a decorative one. See, with the little heart and flower there. And then we go to much larger ones over here. These ones I have for like purse charms and that kind of thing. That's what I use the big ones for. And I also have the type on a swivel of the large ones. But I don't use the tiny ones. I don't like the tiny ones. Like I said, my older hands are object to those tiny things quite fiercely. You know, when I was younger, they didn't bother me, but I'm not younger anymore. So, Beth, I'm sorry to hear that your friend has lost her significant other. That's always a rough time. Hopefully, they'll get through it all right. So, next we have number 12, which is, well, these are two-parters, it looks like. 10 pieces 9 millimeter tulips and 10 pieces 14 by 6 millimeter leaf beads, 20 pieces total for $2.99. This is item number 12. Two-parter pieces. Well, it looks like just the green piece wanted to come out. These are cool. They'll make a really cute earring, because there's our leaves and there's our flower. It would be really, really simple to put those together. And you could make a necklace with these strung between like even some little tiny seed beads or something, and then a focal down below. That would be cute. But those are cute little things. I have seen these before, but I've never bothered to get any, but they're a cute little bead. I sort of like them. So then we have next, number 8, looks like here's our bicones. 4 millimeter crystal bicones in deep sea green, 12 inches. Suggested price $3.99. These are item number 8. And I can't remember ever getting a box from Beadbox Bargains that didn't have some bicones in them. And I love a bicone. If I don't use them in here, then I will put them on one of my circlets. Speaking of circlets, I sold 3 of them down at the Fairy Fest, at the Beltane Festival. So I'm going to need to make some more for my next show. But always a good thing. So those go there. Oh, another bonus. Oh, did I get 2 of these? Looks like I got 2 bonuses. I'm not going to complain, as long as I didn't miss something else in the meantime. This is number 7, 8 millimeter synthetic crackle quartz, man-made, round beads in violet, 7.5 inches. $3.99 is its retail price. Synthetic, huh? Well, I think that just means it's glass. just call it glass. It's just glass crackle bead. They're pretty. Ah, good thinking. Seed beads, you're not doing it. So that was number 7. Ding, goes right there. Here's what have we got here. This is number 15. 2 pieces of 42 by 15 millimeter, 18 karat gold plated brass, 3 flower articulated link NF, which is nickel free. Duh. $6.99 is their regular price. Ooh, these are a little spendy item, aren't they? If their regular price is $6.99. Oh, I see. They have them all hooked together and they go down in size. And there's actually still a loop on the littlest one down here, so you could add a bead down to the bottom. So put a bead on bottom and top. Make a nice long earring, just like Rose likes, right? But these also could go into a necklace because there is a loop at the top and a loop here at the bottom of this little guy. So you could put them in a necklace on either side of a necklace and bring those, come down here, put a focal down here. These also would make a pretty bracelet. Just either way with a few beads in the middle here. And then some bead around the rest of it to finish up your sizing. That would be pretty too. Let's see if we just put a couple of beads right through the middle here. Because they're articulated, they'll go around your wrist really nicely. That's actually not a bad. I think that might be what I do with these. They're very cute. They'd make cool earrings. They will be long, but you know how I feel about long earrings, so that doesn't bother me. But I'm thinking leaning towards the bracelet. Number 2 is a 16 karat gold plated brass and cubic zirconia floral rectangular pendant, $7.99. Now this is a little guy, and I think we've seen him maybe before in one of our companion bundles for something. It's very pretty. I really like it. Actually, here we go. We only got one more thing. Well, we only got one more thing. So let's set you aside for a second. And we'll look at our one more thing. This is number 9, 6 by 5 millimeter crackled crystal faceted rondelle beads in varied citrine, 8-inch strand for $3.99 suggested price. There's a big, huge gap in my... That's all right. It's pretty color. It does look like citrine, but it says that it's crystal faceted. Crackled crystal faceted rondelle beads in varied citrine. Well, maybe it is citrine. I can't really tell from their description. Is it citrine or is it glass that's just citrine colored? Well, it looks like citrine, but I'm not sure whether it is or not. Yeah, you think they're glass too? Yeah, I was thinking glass too. They got the citrine coloration, but I don't think it is. So anyway, what I was saying with this little pendant here, if we were to use, now where did I put them? Let's see. Uh-oh, do I have a 2? Oh yeah, this is 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But this is 9. 9. Let's put these in the bag now that we've gone through them. I think I have everything. But I'll show you what I was thinking here in just a second. As soon as I get some of these things out of our way. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's what I was looking for. 16, 17. Okay. So what I was thinking, like I said, you could do a necklace make this be your focal. Bring these here if we didn't want to make it into a bracelet after all. Bring these on either side. This one keeps trying to curl itself. Then you could bring some of the, put them away. Now I need them back out. Bicones, because we want smaller beads because we don't want to overpower our necklace. And then we had the little rose quartz. I might even look up some fuchsia, little fuchsia stones, and then we could string these guys up around. And if you didn't want to use all your beads, you then could use your chain to end it like that. So anyway, that would make a really, really cute necklace because these beads pretty well match. You know, they're not quite because they're not crystal. They're rose quartz. These pretty well match there. So you could definitely take and make a really pretty little necklace like that. But, or like I said, I was original looking at that going, would make a really pretty bracelet with just a few beads in between the two flower pieces. Maybe even if you were going to go the bracelet route, you could probably use, now where's what I was thinking of here? Of course, since I pushed them back into the bag, you're not finding what I'm looking for. I want those little flowers. There they are. Come here, you. Well, not these flowers, though they would look cute too, but they would need two connectors, and they only have one. But you could take these guys, a couple of them, and put them and then face the next one the other direction. Down, go like this. Put some kind of spacer in between here. Could be simply a larger ball spacer. Would work nicely. And then you could also use some of those smaller beads like I was showing, or we could just take another couple of pair of these. Go here. Like so. And then put in maybe another ball spacer or smaller beads down there. That would make a pretty bracelet. Come on, come loose. I like it. I think that would be really cute. I may have to do that. I wonder how long that's ending up being there. Needs a little more length, so we'd have to put some beads in there. We're going to put a big spacer here, and then maybe a smaller gold spacer down below. If we use a ball spacer, that could make a big one here, and then even another big one, and then some colored bead in a smaller one to taper it down some. I'm liking that idea. Come on out. Now, normally I put a spacer between most of my beads, but I'm not sure we want to put one between these guys because it's, well, one. Let's see if I can quickly find a large one here. Let's go. What are you doing even here? It shouldn't be here. Gold, gold, gold. Okay, I'm back. We have some large ball spacers here. Come on. I just want one. So it could go right there in the middle, like so. I don't think I want the large one down here, but I could. But I have some medium ones. Little one out first. Put the medium one, then the little one to taper it down. Six and a half. Of course, as it wraps around, well, that's actually slim beads. It might not make an issue. I could just put a lobster claw on with some extender chain and be a really pretty bracelet. You love the way I talk to the beads? Well, they have a mind of their own. Sometimes they decide what they want to do rather than what you want them to do. Though, of course, we're going to get some length when we put our beading wire in here and we have to crimp. So you got that little bit of length. So I think we might be just fine like this. Because it will, like I say, add a little bit of length when we crimp and things. So I think this will be a really pretty little bracelet. I like it. Let's put this aside so it's not in our way here. And I think some of the pink beading wire. Lily's talking to my husband. Hey, Lily. Got your way, didn't you? She got my husband to pick her up. So some pink in here. Won't do a thing for the green, but it will for the little pink flowers. See? So that here, then we'll can crimp it here and here, and then we'll do the other ends. But I think that's going to be pretty. Ah, a lily here, what a surprise. This part then will sit, I didn't put the ring back on, at the top of your, oops, come back here, you, wrist. And then the little gold pieces will go down around the sides. And since they're articulated, it will nicely let it bend around your wrist. So, Rose, you let your wire get all wonked up. Put the shell back on. So we can get this, and we can get a little crimp and crimp it to here on this side. Then we'll do on the other side as well. Then the little flower with the two on this end. Turn. Now I could use green wire, but I'm not going to. You can see the pink in the green some, but I like the pink in the pink flowers, so probably use that. So we'll get my gold. Go. Crimp beads out. I had thought that I would make some hair sticks today because I sold 2 sets of them and at the Beltane Festival, and I like to keep 4 on hand, but obviously we're not doing that. But weirdly enough, the one thing I didn't sell anything of was bookmarks, which are usually pretty popular, but I didn't sell any this time. What are you guys' most popular thing you sell, do you think? Mine is generally, thank you, Gloria, I'm glad you like it. Mine is generally my hair accessories, barrettes and such like that. And I did sell quite a few barrettes and such over the weekend. I sold couple of sets of bobby pins. That's another thing I was thinking of making some of today, because I did sell a few sets of them. And I like to keep 6 pair of things on the table, 6 bobby pins, 6 hair combs, that kind of thing. Come on, go through the green flower. There we go. But I sold 2 sets of bobby pins, a set of hair combs, a whole bunch of hair barrettes. These aren't the ones I was looking for. These are my little area ones, but that's all right. They work. And But I sold a lot of earrings this time, which was nice because I make a lot of earrings, but they're not actually my best seller, even though I love making them. But come on, into the flower you go. Now, pull you out here. Come on, a little bit further. Oh, you're in the gold bead. You need to come out of the gold bead. I need to see what I'm doing here. Come here. Come on. Lily's trying to talk my husband into feeding her again, even though he's already fed her. And she's not starving by any stretch of the imagination. Come here, you. All the way. Come on. Okay. Make sure it's facing the same direction, because sometimes you put these on and then you finish and you realize, uh-oh, one's facing one direction and the other's facing the other direction. That's not kosher. But then you have to take it apart, which is a pain in the rear, isn't it? So, okay. Cut this little guy off. But anyway, like I was saying, I came home and now it looks like that one's going the other direction, but it shouldn't be because I checked it. Come here, you. You're just twisted. Okay. Everybody's a little twisted here. Okay. There's that part. But do I watch Britain's Got Talent? Sometimes. Not all the time, but I do sometimes. Need a couple more crimp tubes out to do our ends here. This one needs to go sideways because it goes through here. Why, is somebody special on? Did they have a really good contestant? Uh-oh, what do we got here? This must be an open loop because this just fell off. Come here, you. Twist right. Yep, it is an open loop. Okay, well, we're going to have to get that to close. Okay. So when you use these, be aware that the bottom loop on these flowers, on this little one, is an open loop. You're going to have to make sure you don't, you close it so it doesn't come out. Stop twisting yourselves up. In fact, I'm going to get in here on the other side and get my round nose pliers and close this right now instead of, well, maybe I won't use my round nose. This is a very tiny loop. These round nose have a smaller loop thing there, so. Closed. Anyway, if you use these and put something on the end, remember that this loop is open here on this end, so that when you use it, your stuff doesn't just fall off, just like mine just did. You gotta close it if you're gonna put it on prior to putting stuff in. Turn over. There you go. Okay. Okay. Come back here. Anyway, so I need to make some hair sticks. And I actually could use some of these little flowers in a pair of hair sticks. And I need to make some bobby pins. So one of these days we're going to do that either on a recorded video or live. I'm going to make some new bobby pins and some new hair sticks. I think I was thinking for the hair sticks I might put some of my raven skulls on the little raven skulls at the base of them is the charm. Surprisingly enough, my raven skulls, I sold the set, the raven skull set with the black leather. Both pieces sold to the same person. They liked the set. But I did not sell the other one with the brown or the little painted raven earrings that I made, which are now in my ears because I told my husband if they don't sell at this show, they're coming home with me. They gotta be at home, and we're gonna keep them. And he said okay, and they didn't sell, even though a lot of people looked at them. They didn't sell. They didn't sell, so they are now in my ears right now. So I did order a few more of the charms from sets of the charms from Randy, so I could paint some more because they would also be pretty on some at the base of some hair sticks or a bookmark, I think. So I have already got some stuff painted over here. I sold one set of my fairy ears. I told my husband I didn't mind if they didn't sell because we have a fairy festival coming up. And I figure if the fairies don't sell at this show, then I have them for the fairy festival, and I want 6 pair. I had 5 pair. I sold one. The Sun and the Moons is sold. The girl that bought them said she was studying astrology in college, and she thought those would be perfect for her. So I need a couple more pair for when we get to the fairy festival, but that's not till the end of July, so I'm not real worried about it. So there we are. That's what she's looking like so far. Where's my bracelet mantle? Right beside me. Let's see about how big this is going to be. We're going to wrap it backwards, but I think with the lobster claw on, it's going to be just right. So it's turning out very pretty. I like it. If I make some hair stuff, some bobby pins and such like that, for the bobby pins, let's see, where did I put them? I need you use a base. Um, the hair pieces. Okay. So anyway, I had, oh, they're in the other room. Sorry. I don't have any in this room. They're in the I do a lot of my designing in the bedroom, so they're in the bedroom. So, but you know, I'm going to run and I'm going to get them so you guys can see what they are. I think it was Heather was asking about how to do bobby pins, and so I figured I'd do a live one of these days for making the bobby pins, and y'all get the blank. Okay, I got these off Amazon, and they came in different colors, which is really cool because in the past I've only found them in silver. They're actually from Panda Hall, which you probably could find them on Panda Hall's website as well. But these, come on, open. These ones actually come with a little glass cabochon you can put on the top of these if you like put a picture or something there. I probably will never use those because, like I say, the bobby pin has this little circular base right here. And then what I do is I put usually some pretty little piece at the base of it, on the base, and then I put one of my decorative pieces that I painted on top. Depending on how big of a base I put on, I sometimes put a couple of little things on there instead of just one. But you're tired today, Gloria? Fuzz on the brain. Yeah, I have days like that too, especially if I wake up later than I think I should. Let's see if I have. So, like this little piece, I'd use a gold one rather than this bronze one if I use these. Just sort of, I put this, just glue this onto here like so. Sit there. And then I decide on some little thing to go on top of that. Say, I haven't painted this yet, but say this little dragonfly. If I paint him, I might put him right here on top of here as the decoration. So, or I have, and I make them in pairs. I have this little guy. I could just go across like this, and I'd cut the rings off. so that it would sit across like there, and that would make a really pretty little pair of bobby pins. In fact, I like that idea, so I may just leave them out and do it. Oh, I thought I had a second one of those little rose pieces, but I'm not seeing it in the dish after all. Oh, there it is. So make a really cute pair, and then of course you just glue both pieces onto the little pad piece here, so that but anyway, I got this whole package of bobby pin blanks, and they've got bronze, antique copper, silver, and gold in here. So this is the only place I've ever found them with all these various colors. Like I said, normally you only find silver. So that was really cool when I found all these colors. But Amazon is where I got this from. But as I say, it's Panda Hall. And I know Panda Hall has their own website. So if you buy from Panda Hall, that's another place you can get them. But I know Heather was asking about how to make bobby pins because she got some in her kit. But they're really, really simple. And if those are the kind that you got, Heather, yes, E6000 Bonnie, that's exactly what I use to glue them. So that's probably what we're going to do. In fact, I'm going to put these, actually I'll put them in this package these came out of. And these were from Fire Mountain, but I think this is the last I have of those little type. I go down to a store in Missoula called the Crystal Limit, and I buy a lot of stuff from there because they have all kinds of little the background pieces, my filigree pieces, is what I get from there. All of my metal pieces that I paint, I get off Etsy at a place called, now I'm not thinking, Time and Materials, etc. I think is what they're called. So so I buy all my little pieces from there, and then I paint them because they're all little brass stampings. See, even this fairy, even though it's a little bit big, it would still work all right on the bobby pin. I just have to find something that I don't mind behind it that wasn't too horribly huge. But yeah, that's the bobby pins. And then I do the same with, the hair combs and stuff like that. Is more or less the same. It's a different base. So, but yeah, we might make these on Friday or on our live. I was going to say tomorrow, but I'm not on live tomorrow unless I decide I want to be. So I just need to finish our bracelet up. So we need a gold lobster claw. Just had them out. Should have kept them, right? Let's see. Is the rose gold closer to this gold? It is, so we'll use it maybe. Let's make sure it works. Yep. And I'm just going to turn the ends and put so that if I need to, I can replace this easily. Thank you, Cynthia. I appreciate that you think I make gorgeous hair accessories. So, I have no time frame in particular to make bobby pins and stuff like that, but we can do. But since I don't, we can make some on Friday live. If you want to see about. If you want to make some yourself and you need some pieces, that gives you a little time to, not a lot of time, but a little time to buy some. If you don't already have some I know that Heather was saying she got some in her scoop. I could be if I wanted to be. Just saying, huh? I could be if I wanted to be. I could. There's nothing stopping me, is there? Except for my own self. So you never can tell. I might decide to do that, Beth. We'll see. So we're going to crimp this. Go into the green. Okay, you don't want to go into the green. You don't. You're already in 2 beads, so that's fine. Just come up here then. Come on, we don't want a huge loop. We just need it big enough to go through for the stuff to go on. Okay, so wasn't thinking put my crimping pliers away. Okay, this is needs to come down a bit more. I don't want that big of a loop. Come on. Better. That'll be doing it. Okay, so crimp this. And since this turns into a little bead, we've got a third little bead going down the side here, which is sort of cute. Now we need to cut this extra wire. That side's done. Now we need to crimp this side and then just put the pieces, the lobster claw and the jump rings on, and it'll be done. Come on, stop being stubborn. Trim this off. Come on, little tail. You can go in that green flower if you don't want. Okay. There we go. So you guys want me to go live tomorrow and make bobby pins, huh? I can do that if that's what you want to do. I got no problem. You guys just let me know. Strangely enough, we have no rose gold jump rings. We have every other color in the world, but not rose gold. Oh well, that's all right. So we'll put our lobster claw on one side and our big jump ring on the other side, and we'll see how long it ends up being. I suspect it's going to be over the 7 inches that I normally make them, but that's the way it goes. You need some small filigree for the bobby pins? Yes. I would definitely recommend that. It doesn't have to be teeny tiny filigree. It can be a slightly larger if you don't mind a larger larger decorative bobby pin, but yeah, you do need some smaller filigree. But there we go. There's our bracelet. Let's see how long it ended up being. Oh, yeah, it's 7.5. I knew it was going to be longer than the 7 inches, almost 7 3/4. But no, it's about 7.5. So pretty. I like it. Like I say, a little longer than I would normally make them. I could have left off one of these little beads here, and we actually could go with smaller jump rings, and that would take up some of the sizing. Say if I used a Tinky Tot to put this together and then use this smaller 6 over here, because this lobster will fit in the 6, but I like it. I think it turned out pretty nicely for a quick down and dirty design. Yes, this is where I got the bobby pins, was from Amazon, Bonnie. So yeah, you can get them there. So I think our little bracelet turned out quite cute. It is, I think I would have preferred it to be a little bit smaller, but let's face it, not everybody has smaller wrists. Some people have larger wrists, so this might even need an extender chain. I did take my chain with me, and I needed to extend an anklet and one of my circlets while I was gone, so it's a good thing. I always advise you taking some extender chain. So see how that wrapped nicely around the wrist with the 3 flower pattern there, since it was articulated. I don't have it hooked. It's a little looser than I like them. I mean, it would work still. It's not so loose it's going to slide off my arm, because my arm is between 7 and 7.25. So it's not really loose, but it is a little bit. See though how delicate and pretty that looks? The filigree from the filigree I got, well, you can get various filigrees from Amazon. I have. Most of mine I get at a local store, though, sorry. So you're probably not going to find it. These little filigree I got here from Fire Mountain. As you can see, they're in a Fire Mountain Gems bag. So there's you just have to look on various sites, just put filigree and then look to see what the sizing is, because, you know, you got to pay attention to that, because there's times I haven't paid attention to what the size on something is, and it's either much smaller or much bigger than I anticipated. So it's like, let's turn my little flowers over. So I think our bracelet turned out really nice. So that's our bargain bead box, and our first little project from it, this pretty little bracelet. Come on, flower, stop twisting that way. I don't want you there. Okay. Sit flat. It's got the extra string in it, so it's trying to be baggy. So there's our bracelet, all finished. So you know, like I say, I get a lot of my filigree from a local store, but you can, well, it's not really local. It's about 130 miles away. But let's face it, I live in Montana. Anything that's closer than 200 miles is local. So, but yeah. But like I say, these little pieces that I'm going to use for these ones that I was just quickly designed here, I got those from Fire Mountain. So you just ask, like I said, you just search in the websites for a filigree, and then specifically check your measurements for sizing. So anyway, our little bracelet I think turned out really cute, and it's almost half hour over my hour. What a surprise, right? But it's definitely, I think it definitely turned out cute. But you guys want me to go live tomorrow instead of doing my recorded one and doing bobby pins, huh? Or hair accessories of whatever kind we decide to work on. Definitely bobby pins though. So yes, I can do that. I don't think I have any plans for tomorrow morning that will stop me from doing that. I do have a doctor's appointment this afternoon. To see my orthopedic surgeon about my knees. They gave me all kinds of flack while I was gone. Surprise, surprise, since I have arthritis, right? So let's turn up for a second. We'll talk for a few more minutes and see what we are going to do. So there we go. Anyway, we got our bracelet finished. We have we've opened our bargain bead box. We've discussed our Botswana agate that unfortunately apparently is all sold out now. And that really doesn't surprise me. It was an extremely good deal. And I suspect that a lot of my beading buddies are the ones who bought all the beads up. So, you don't regret your knee replacement? Yeah, I'm a little leery about it because I have diabetes too, and they did warn me that with diabetes, you can get infections easier. So that is worrisome to me. And I know my brother-in-law, when he had his, he did get an infection and he ended up having 3 surgeries instead of just 1. So you've had both of yours replaced, Bonnie, and Beth's had hers done too? Okay. Yeah, well, we'll see what my doctor says. He said I had to, hey, Heather, didn't know you were gone. The girls have talked me into going live tomorrow, and we're going to work on bobby pins. Since you asked for a tutorial on bobby pins, I don't know if you found the one I had in my website or not. Yeah, however, is the pain worth it? Yeah, generally I can live with it, but over the weekend, because of doing the setup and then having 2 days worth of shows, it was rough. And I actually woke up in the night, Saturday night. Was it Saturday or Sunday night? One night, because they were cramping up something fierce on me. They were really hurting. So we'll see what he says this afternoon. So we'll see what he says, like I said, to see. Heather, since you were gone, I don't think you saw us make our bracelet. I used some of the pieces and made this pretty little flower bracelet from our Beadbox Bargains pieces. Got flowers back here too. I'm not connecting it. It's a little bit too big for me, but I think it turned out really cute. So yeah, this weekend I was seriously debating whether the pain was worth it, because just walking to the restrooms, I was hurting by the time I got back to my booth, and it wasn't atrociously far, maybe a city block, but yeah, it gets to be too much sometimes, as we know, those of us who have had to do this, that have had this problem with our knees. So hopefully we can see. He wants to do the right one first because it's the worst. So we'll see how that one goes before we worry about the second one, right? but um, but yeah, I had a good time at the festival. Like I said, I didn't do as many sales as I was hoping, but I still did really good, and and it certainly wasn't anything to spit at. so so I think the bracelet turned out nice. It was nice opening. This is a pretty this is a pretty bundle, though. You know, I used to like use a lot of these bellflowers, little bellflowers, and I have a whole bunch of them in different colors, but I don't use them too much anymore. I did use them at the bottom of the earrings I made with my Softlex kit. Those turned out really cute. Um, but anyway, we're going to go for now. And like I said, since everybody has encouraged me, I am going to do a live tomorrow morning, same time, and we will work on bobby pins and maybe some hair combs. I do need a couple more hair combs, well, at least one. I need some hair sticks. I need some bobby pins. I need some more hair barrettes. I don't know that we'll work on hair barrettes. We could, but I don't know that we will. But definitely, since I was asked about bobby pins, we will work on bobby pins tomorrow, and possibly some hair combs. Hair combs are not real hard to make either. You just need the blank pieces. Again, I get the blanks from Amazon. So and you can get a whole bunch for not a really bad. You think I need to work on all of them, Bonnie? We'll see. We'll see what we decide to do. So anyway, we're going to go for the day. We'll see you later. And we will I will let you know tomorrow what the doctor says about my knee replacement this afternoon. And like I said, I do have 2 strands of the Botswana agate nuggets that I'm willing to part with if anybody is willing to pay. Like I said, they did cost, oh, I forgot, they cost me shipping too. So that's something that it cost me. So let's see. So they'd be plus. Yeah, the shipping is $5 on my invoice too. So, did you just get one strand, Gloria, or did you manage to get more than one? So if I got 5 strands with $5 worth of shipping, so that would be $1. I got 4 strands with $5 worth of shipping. You managed to get 2. Cool. Good to hear it. So that'd be $1.25 a strand for my shipping. So $10 plus. So it would, with the cost of the beads and the shipping and everything, they'd probably be about $17.50, $18 a strand for me to ship one off to anybody. So if you want one, that would be about what it would cost me to ship them off. Would be about $17.50, $18, somewhere around there. If you end up being the ones who tell me you need both strands, then then of course I don't have to add extra shipping amount in there, but it would still be about, for both strands it would be, oh, that's not right. I'll figure it out later. After everyone receives the agates, I could do something on Friday with them. Um, I could. I've been thinking of making myself at least a stretch bracelet with one of them as a focal, so I can certainly do that. So anyway, like I said, we've been on for over an hour and a half, so I'm going to take off, especially since I'm going to do another live tomorrow, apparently. And we'll talk to y'all later. I'll see you. Bye-bye.